What's up everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to sketch a baby sea turtle. Welcome everyone and thanks for joining me today. For this lesson we'll need our sketch pad and a pencil. I'm going to be sketching with this 2B Stadler pencil, but you're welcome to use whatever you'd like. Now with all our sketch tutorials, I always like to start with the basic shapes and composition before we get into the details. So let's start on the right side of our page. We're going to lightly sketch out a circle. Starting from the very top, just going to work our way around. You just want to define the size of the head. And again, the circle doesn't have to be perfect. We're just using this as a guide. Now let's go to the center of our circle and draw a straight angle line coming down and out towards the left side of our page. Now from here we're going to draw a curve going up and then down across the back of the shell. So we're going to go up, round this out, and then come down towards the left side. Let's do the same thing across the bottom. Starting back over on the left, we're going to come down and then bend that back up towards the center of our circle. Now from this point, we're going to sketch out a circle for the left eye. I'm going to go around and then back up. And then all the way over on the right side, I'm going to draw a curve just to see the outside edge of the right eye. Let's go to the bottom of the circle, draw a straight angle line coming down and in towards the bottom. I'm just going to round this out and just pull that back up towards the left side of our circle. Let's move over towards the bottom of the body. We're going to draw a circle for the edge of the fin. Just going all the way around. And then from up here, bend this down and then across. Let's draw a straight angle line going up towards the left side of that circle. Let's go over towards the back, bend this down and out. Come down towards the bottom and just pull that back up towards the top. Now we're going to go back and draw on that back fin. We're going to start up here, draw a straight line coming down. Just going to round this out and then pull that back in, almost like drawing a large D. Now we're going to go back and do a quick cleanup before we get into some more details. Now that we have our clean rough sketch in place, I want to use this as a guide to help us add some more details and refine the shape. So I'm going to start with the bottom edge of the shell. Let's start from the back of the head. Let's start with a curve. We're going to go up. And I'm just going to dip that down underneath that line and then curl that up toward the back of the shell. Let's add some shape across the top. Just going to start by bending this up and in. Go a little bit higher in the middle and then pull that down in behind the head. Let's add a bevel across the bottom. Coming down, across, and just tuck that up underneath. Now we're going to add some shape to that front fin. We're just staying within that bounding area. Just adding some more details, just pulling these out and then in. And just working our way around the top of the fin. Now right inside the body, we're going to add some wrinkles. Just going to add some guides going across the top. Now across the base of the neck. Just going to add these little curves going up towards the head. Over on the right side, we're going to add a curve. This will be the center seam of the face, going in between the eyes. I'm just going to add a little bit more shape to that back fin. Add these little bumps across the bottom, and then pulling that back up. And then across that back fin, add a fold, round out the back. Now let's go to the eye. We're going to add those folds around the eye, starting across the top of the eyelid. Work our way across the bottom. Now along the top, we're going to add a small circle for a highlight. Let's work our way around the eyes with these little folds. Just curving around the eye across the top. And we'll add some folds across the bottom. Now I'm going to refine the shape of the outside of the head. Just going to bring the head down a little bit lower. Way around the back of the head and then in. Now right here we're going to add the mouth. Go up towards that center seam and then down towards the left. Let's add a fold underneath the mouth. And then we're going to add those folds and wrinkles underneath the chin. Just going to block out the scales across the head. Just adding these little scales and separations across the side. Now we're going to go back and do one final cleanup before I add some more details and shading. Once we're happy with the proportions and symmetry of our drawing, I'm going to go in and start adding some contrast. Now I like to start with the eyes, starting across the top, just darkening up our contours. I'm just going to modify the shape and detail of those wrinkles going across the top of the eye. Now we're going to darken up the inside of the eye, coming in towards that highlight. And I'm just going to feather out the edges. Just a little bit softer on the outside, and then go darker around the outside. Then I use the side edge of my pencil to lightly add some shadow and tones to the upper eyelid and then the bottom. Adding a medium shade. And then from the eye, we're just going to work our way out. Just continue to add some more details as we go. Across the back of the neck, we're just going to add these folds going around the base of the head. Just tuck that up underneath the shell. Continue to add these wrinkles going across the neck. Now right here across the chin, we're just going to pull this up towards the lower lip. Now across this bottom ridge, you're going to add these little curves coming down and up towards the point. So we just separate this out after. And then from each of these points, I'm just going to pull this line going up towards the shell. Add these little points and texture across the back of that fin. Just little bumps. Now I'm going to go in and just lightly add the scales. So just a little bit of texture inside. Just want to capture the shape of each of those scales first. Also define the scales across the fins. Now with the side edge of our pencil, we're just going to shade in the inside of the scales. And we want to try to leave a little bit of a gap in between. So we're going to start with the base layer first and come back and just clean that up after. Now with these larger ones, we want to add a little bit of a space inside, in the middle of each of those squares. And now I'm just going to add a layer of shadows, starting with the dark area underneath the shell, and then just fading that down. Now we're going to go back and just refine that texture. So we want to add a little bit of contrast to each of those scales. Now as we come in towards the center of that fin, we're just going to make some smaller scales in between. These scales get a bit smaller as we come in towards the center, and we're just going to blend that in towards each other, just filling that entire area. As we get closer to the end, we're just going to tighten up our shadows in detail, and always be sure to sign our artwork. And that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of a baby sea turtle. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you do, please be sure to subscribe for more videos each week where I'll try to draw different things just like this. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.